What's up, fellow collectors? Welcome back to the M.I.B. Master Toy Museum. I'll be your curator today. Guys, we got another fun one for you. Another one that's going to make you put your thinking cap on, if you will. You know, we've been hearing a lot of good news coming from FTC, Figures Toy Company, with their new bodies that they'll be adding to their figures, thereby really eliminating the poor quality issues that they have been accused of. And rightfully so, especially at the price point. And that's what we kind of want to get into today, guys, here at the MIB Master Toy Museum. It's on a rainy day outside of the museum. We want to talk about an issue that has plagued Figures Toy Company for years: the high or excessive price point for their figures. You know, 30, 40, in some cases $50, and maybe more for certain 2-pack sets. We've talked about it. Now, Figures Toy Company has created new bodies for their figures. Is that enough? Is that enough, guys, to warrant or to justify? Because that's what we want to do, guys. We kind of want to put Figures Toy Company on trial here. Has Figures Toy Company done enough to justify their price point of really averaging around $30 per figure? That's not including shipping and handling as well. They don't sell to Target. They don't sell to Walmart. You might find them from time to time in certain comic book stores. But listen, the comic book store owners, I've spoken to a few, they still have to get paid too. They have to make a profit. They have to be able to turn a profit off of these figures. So you're not escaping a big price drop, even by getting these guys from a comic book shop. And I have a ton of Figures Toy Company figures. I love them. They're great. They are not the best of quality. That is on record. That is a fact, and I can't stress that enough. But by way of head sculpt, clothing, characters, you name it, they're pretty good. Well, they're better than good. So it ultimately came down to FTC's body issues, where some of the earlier figures were designed to look like vintage Mego figures from the 1970s. That was not the problem, because they did that beautifully. You'd be hard pressed to really separate this figure from a vintage Batman figure. Just on the eyeball test alone, you'd be very hard pressed until you get into some of the quality issues of the body. The bodies are very loose, wobbly. I've heard that the neck area is very loose, very wobbly. Joints aren't as tight. But FTC fixed all of that, guys. They They fixed all of that. They corrected those issues. Now, what we want to know from you guys, right in the comment section, right in this, underneath this video, is Figures Toy Company justified now in charging these astronomical prices per figure? Not for 2 or 3 figures, but for one figure, over $30, including not including shipping and handling. Are they justified? Would you now, with the new Figures Toy Company figures, with the new bodies, would you, or do you have a problem, I should say, do you have a problem purchasing these figures now? With that mindset, knowing that the quality now is there. Now you're getting the characters that you want, and they have a huge roster of characters and licensing of the properties that's at their disposal. And now you throw in the fact that Figures Toy Company has corrected the body issues. Would you purchase these figures for over $30, not including shipping and handling, which could very well take these figures up to close to $40 per figure? Is it worth it? Does FTC need to lower their prices? That's another question worth asking. That's another question worth answering. Because that's where we're at now, guys. With Mib'S' return and all of the fantastic products that Mib'S is putting out, and I'm guilty. I mean, I haven't bought. I'll show you. This is the last FTC figure that I bought. My Hawkman, my fist fighting Hawkman figure. That's largely in part because he was the last one. But he was $29.99 without tax and without shipping and handling. So that brought him somewhere around $36, $37. That's the question, guys. Because Mib'S is putting a massive amount of pressure on FTC to step their game up. Largely just in part because of Mib'S' low price point. $8 a figure, $12 a figure. The 14-inch figures were going for what, $19? Some cases $20. That's hard to beat. That's very, very difficult to beat. Like I said, I'm just as guilty. I work hard for my money, and if you're telling me on one side Mib'S has figures that are going for about $12, or let's say they just had a sale recently on the Target's website, I was able to pick up 2 or 3 figures, for under $30. And you're telling me I can do that as opposed to purchasing the Speedy figure for $30. One Speedy figure. Albeit that this is a very cool Speedy figure. I love the Teen Titans. But that's one figure. The Scooby-Doo figure. The Ghost Clown. Nearly $36, $37. After shipping and handling. These are the answers, guys. These are the issues that will still plague us as the consumer, as collectors. Ultimately, guys, listen. Ultimately, it boils down to what you want. What you're willing to shell out from your pocket, your bank account. If you feel there's no right or wrong, we want to get a good understanding where you're coming from, how you feel on this topic, how you feel on this subject. There's no right or wrong. I mean, people are still going to support FTC. That's fine. We understand that. We need more toy companies out here. That's not the issue. The issue is, are you willing to pay over $30 for one figure when you could buy 3 figures for $30? But now with FTC correcting the body issues on their figures, they'll be going to a bandless body, ball jointed bodies. Does that justify the price point? Now, does that justify it? I don't think it quite justified it back then. And I heard a lot of people say, well, they're more of a boutique type of a company. They don't sell to the larger retailers like Walmart, Target, and these other retailers and stuff. So they don't have it like that. They're small. They have to make their money back. That's the reason for the big price points. $30, $40, $50 per figure. Justified? Right? Wrong? Indifferent? We want to know, guys. We want your take on this. We want your opinions, your comments on this topic, guys. Let's get the ball rolling here on a Friday here at the museum, guys. We got more fun on the way. Big announcements coming up. You know the routine, guys. God bless. And keep collecting.